fun and games. We got everything you want, just call out our names. Whatever you may need will make your dreams come true. In the Sven Zone, the adventure awaits for you. Step into the magic, feel the energy. Open up your mind, set your spirit free. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Sven Zone, where dreams are shown. Welcome to the Sven Zone, where the music plays, dancing in the moonlight, enjoying sunny days. In this world of wonder, anything is possible. Come along and join us, let's make it unforgettable. All your hopes and fears, they will disappear. Feel the love and joy, let it all be clear. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Sven Zone, where dreams are shown. Where dreams are shown. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Sven Zone, where dreams are shown. Oh, yeah, yeah. Where dreams are shown.
All right, welcome everybody. Doing some D&D prep. D&D in the Sven Zone. I just double checking my sound. Looks like we are good to go. Drake takes. Mr. Drake is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Go check out Drake if you want to see some live play D&D. He's also on the Using the Tubes. Also is the one who does, you may have noticed the Drake Takes video production. That would be him. Does all my videos and stuff. So definitely check him out. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. So we had, I'm going to go ahead and change the scale so you guys can see things a little bit bigger. So as you're playing Fantasy Grounds, if it's hard to read some of the words and the text on your character sheets, or if you're the Dungeon Master, you can make everything bigger. By doing that, you hit the slash, type scale, UI, altogether one word, user interface. So SCALEUI space, and then for streaming, I do 110. Normally, as the Dungeon Master, I like as much real estate as I can have. So I like everything to be smaller. So I typically 90, 85, depending on the screen I'm using. So you'll see everything is now bigger. You guys can see it a little bit better. If you're on your phone, doesn't matter what the scale UI is, you're not going to be able to see minute and read it. But if you're on your PC, and you can check this out. So now you'll see, oh, you can't see the bottom of your chat box. So you right click on the chat box and to the window, unlock the position. And you can either hold Control, left click and move the box, or what I find easier, right click again, window, reset. Poof, puts it back. I can then move it around, expand it a little bit if I want to. And then if you want to, you can lock it again if you want. So last time, I done all the occluders, all the line of sight for this map, doors, all that stuff, got it ready to go. This is a PDF file that I am putting into Fantasy Grounds. I am not selling it or making it available for other people to play. So I'm not that concerned about perfection or reusability, because I'm pretty much only going to use this once. I might export it so that I have it available, but I'll play it by ear. We'll see. More than likely, I'm going to try to be pushing my parties to go to 2024 rules anyway. So probably not going to use this particular one again, but we'll see. Anyway, our group is hidden behind all these windows. There we go. And they are, I'm looking here for my party. I make a group photo for all my parties. Check in my hotkeys. Here we go. So this is my group. They are level 10. No, they're now level 11. And we've got a witch. Marmusman, kapow, kapow, kapow. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by, Mr. Marmusman. I hope you're doing well today. Drake Takes is on a 3-stream streak. It may not sound like much, but because I stream so rarely and weirdly, I'm also West Coast, whereas he's East Coast. So there are some games where on Wednesdays where I'm starting at 7 o'clock at night, which is 10 o'clock his time. That's way past his bedtime. So appreciate the 3-stream streak. Appreciate it. So we have a witch. We have who's a Goliath. We have a cleric who's a bugbear. We have a minotaur Echo Knight warrior fighter. We have a goblin rogue arcane trickster flavor. These two are companions. We have a cranium rat companion and it's like a lizard man, but he's a different race from an alien race, and he's a spellcaster and an expert. Those are the two companions I have for my group. And then there is the Tiefling Barbarian. So that's our group, and they started in Phandelver and have worked their way now up to level 11. Lots of different cool stuff. Check it out on the Using the Tubes if you want to see how they got here. They've had lots of people come and go, different players. We have 2 that have been here since the beginning. See if I remember the right code. Nope, I did not. I think it's just social. Here it is. Check it out on YouTube. We have streamed 193 sessions of this group. And they are still going strong. Like I said, lots of changes all throughout. But anyway, right now we're doing the I'm calling it DAAD because it's a Dungeon and a Dragon is the PDF that I got from Dungeon Masters Guild, DM's Guild. And so as I come into this room, as I come up to here, basically the party has been tasked to save this Heartsdale, which is a smaller city, from a green dragon who has attacked them and said, I'm going to be back here tomorrow, and I want all of your able-bodied men be turned over to me, or I'm just going to kill everybody. And the dragon did this knowing they would go ask for help. And then when he kills whatever group they come to ask for help, it will then cement him as being powerful enough and nobody will mess with him ever again. That's the dragon's thinking. So they have responded to the call, but in this process, they're working their way up this cliff face mountain side up to his lair. And there was a kobold hallway, which was really cool. It was set up to where there was, they had ballista. It was a big T and traps along all 4 passageways. And you're thinking, a level 11 group, who cares about kobolds and traps? Well, they had these ballista set up at the end of each hallway, and the ballista would shoot the character and then drag them through the traps. It's pretty cool, well done, worked beautifully because only one person got caught by the ballista. Well, 2, but it caused them, 3 or 4 of the players to just run down the halls. So they triggered the traps anyway. So it was pretty cool. Well done. They managed to get past that. They're now on the cliffside where they have these hill giants. These goblins have these hill giants shackled, and they're just enraged, and they're pretty much in the confused condition the whole time because they're so enraged and have lost most of their sanity. They release them as soon as they see the party, and so now the party has to deal with the hill giants and the goblins. My group, being my group, came up and released the hill giants anyway, not knowing that they were crazed and we're going to be set free anyway. So that is where we're at. That we just started that, got to that point where the hill giants are free now and are setting up the way they did it. The witch has a spell that turns people into a frog, a power, and it's like a polymorph. So they turned one of the hill giants shackled into a frog, and then shot immediately killed the frog, which then reverted it back to its hill giant form. Now he's out of the chains. Did the same thing with banishment with the other one. Banished him and then dropped the concentration immediately. He came back. Now he's out of the chains. So in that particular case, I ruled that he wasn't out of the chains. However, the chains are connected to a lever. And so the chains are still on him, but he's still, in effect, he's still free anyway. They're just wrapped around him and he's got these chains dragging from him. So very cool. Was not expecting, wasn't sure how it was going to play out, but I wasn't expecting that. That's where they are. So don't know that they'll finish this combat tonight, but knowing my group, they are level 11, in effect level 12 or 13 characters, and so they should walk through these guys pretty quickly. And then they're going to come into here, and this is where we are now. This is what we're setting up. So now that you have an idea, so we had kobolds, goblins with hill giants, and now we're going to have bugbears and hobgoblins. So now that you know the setting, let me jump back into chat real quick. Jim K. Bones coming in with a 75% lawful good warlock. Look at that. So sold out his soul, but is willing to follow the rules. I like that. Anybody else wants to join the party? I haven't joined the party in quite a while, so let me jump in there today. 49% evil Mindbreaker Mystic. I like the Mindbreaker Mystics. Mystic is like a cleric, the Starfinder version of a cleric. All right, so these are flammable poisonous gas vents, and we have all the deets on that. I do want to set up. They do damage if poison damage, or if you light them on fire, they do fire damage. So I have fire effects already set up. So I've already got the fire ready to go if they light them on fire. I have cloud effects on these. So if you look at closely, because Fantasy Grounds is awesome, you can see there's these little cloud effects moving over it, so it looks like they're moving a little bit. I might turn that up a little bit or change it from cloud to something else. Let me take a look real quick now that I think about it. Let me go to. Nice thing is if I switch it to something else, like fire or snow or something else, I can always switch it back, and it'll have these are all the settings I have set up now will still be there, so it'll be nice. Let me go to water. Will make it wavy. Ocean will make it pixelated. Let's try not pixelated, but oceany. Let me try mist. So that sort of blows it across. I don't really want them blowing across, so don't really want the mist. Blizzard will make it snow. Snow will make it snow. Rain. That's not bad. It's got the little drops, little droplets. The concept is I just want it to be moving a little bit, like it's smoke, instead of being a static picture of smoke. So I'm looking for something that will, see if I change the intensity. Yeah, see now that's looking like rain. So let me go back to what I originally thought, which was ocean. Turn down the distortion. There we go. Something like that. Turn it up just a bit. There you go. So now you've got this moving gaseous cloud. And it'll still work if I add the fire effect. If I put the ocean level above, there you go. So it's like a moving fire, because it's going to be constant. When I light it on fire, the gas is still spewing vents, so the fire is still going to be there. Cool. Anyway, got distracted there. Fantasy Grounds is like that. You can go down rabbit holes, and I do all the time. All right. All right, so I have my effect. But what I was doing is I want to set, today we're going to be building traps, so I can just apply damage to them. You can just roll the damage and then manually do it, but I'd rather have it be affected. Some people take half damage from poison or are immune to poison. Same thing with fire, because we have a tiefling, things like that. So having the trap to put into the effect, put into the combat tracker, means I can just drag and drop or affect them easily. So we're going to do that by adding a let's go ahead and do some fighting drum music, shall we? Let's using a little bit of Syrinscape, get some background noises here. When you use Syrinscape, now Syrinscape does cost money, I will say. However, I honestly don't remember what it is. $10, $20 a month. I don't remember what it is. But if you ask your players to pitch in, Syrinscape makes a huge difference. Having sounds and music. I don't use the music a lot. I don't like music in the background, but lots of sound effects. I will also use it without saying anything. I'll just play sounds. A really good effect I had a couple weeks ago was during my Starfinder campaign, and they were on a ship that was abandoned, and they kept hearing this screeching, howling, undead sound from a banshee and undeads, and one of my players had Syrinscape on, the others didn't, and then they were freaking out. I was like, what is that sound? Why doesn't anybody else hear this? What is going on? It was great. Anyway, Syrinscape is awesome. Let's move this over. The key is when you open this up, you can shrink it down as small as you want. You just don't want to bury it. If it's behind other things where it can't be seen at all, then sometimes it won't trigger it and you won't hear it as well or at all. So I just layer it and stick it in the background so I can still see part of it at least. There we go. We'll see how loud this is as we progress. Turn down here and turn down here. And it's nice because this is not copyright, so I can play it on Twitch without have them whining at me or trying to shut me down. Okay, so we have our goblin music and war drums going. Traps. If you'll notice, I'm minimizing these windows And the cool thing is it makes a little bubble here. I can move the bubble anywhere I want. And whenever I click it, it comes right back where it was. So it's nice. Building an encounter. This is for room 1, 4.0110. I have an encounter already. So we're just going to do go down here on your encounters. Click over here under campaign where it says encounters. Add. Who knows, one day I might actually put this on the Forge for free for someone to use. Or reach out to the actual person who wrote it and see what they want to do. Tell them, hey, this is already pretty much ready to go. I'll tweak it a little bit. But, so I'm doing my best to keep it professional. Because I have done some conversions for Fantasy Grounds. If you ever want to look in the description below for on the Twitch stream, at least. I don't know if I have any links in the YouTubes, but if you go to the Twitch stream, you'll see I have links below to some of the stuff I've converted. One, I think they're awesome stuff, and two, throws a little cash my way to support the stream. Alright, so we want a couple traps. I'm not really worried about making sure the traps match up exactly the way I want it to with, you know, it's fire and poison. I'm just going to grab a fire and a poison trap from my 162 pages worth of NPCs. Alright, I have 10 pages just of traps. Whirlwind.
Keep it throw. It's been on top of the refrigerator for like ages.
Because it's awesome.
It is awesome. I'm not saying it's not. But it's just collecting grime and stuff on top of the fridge.
Talking about my D&D movie collectors, popcorn bin and cup. Anyway, looking for poison. I don't know why it didn't show up when I searched for poison trap. Possession, poison. Oh, poison gas. Ah, there you go. That's why. All right, so this is doing 18d10 to deadly level 11. What I'm looking for, so I could take any of these and tweak it. What I need is a looking for the traps here. It says poison gas vents. Here it is. Vents. The poison gas vents do 4d6 poison damage. If they're on fire, they do 5d6. Probably going to boost this just a little bit because they are obvious and clear. So if they get put, or if they go into them, that's their own fault. So let's go with 11 to 16. So there's setback, dangerous, and deadly. Let's go with setback. See how much damage that's doing. 4d10. It's not bad. From 4, its most is 40. If we come down a notch to 5 to 10, setback is 2d10. 2 to 20. Deadly is 10d10. Okay. Alright, so they're doing d10s worth of damage. These guys have 6s. I'm probably going to go in between and try to like a d8s. So let's go with... I'm going to have to change them anyway, so I'm just going to grab this. They are level 11. So we'll go with setback. Level 11, poison gas trap. I don't need them to have multiples of them. You can put the cheese, set them out each one individually, especially if you think they're going to destroy it. You could do that. I'm just going to do one. The whole point of this is I can just have a place to grab the damage from. And then the other one is fire. Arrows, blood, darts, horrifying visage, fireball. Yeah, fireball traps is fine. Or fiery blast. This one does 12d6. This one does 7d6. Okay. So I'll just use the fiery blast trap. Alright, close my NPCs. Close my encounters. Open up my map. We can take and drag this record link onto the map. So I've got the one encounter here. I'm going to put the other one right next to it. I'm just going to actually make this ambush traps. So I know just by hovering over it which one is which. Then we open up the 2 records and change the damage to the ones we want. A saving throw and a damage. So poison gas. Here they're doing a dex saving throw. Let's see what the actual... Minimize this again. So this reads con save. And it's 46. So we're going to switch this to con. Open it up, unlock it. Come down here. We don't care about the finding it because it's not applicable. You'll notice because it is coded correctly, it changes into a hand and you see it's highlighted. If you don't code it correctly, you will lose that ability to drag it and use it. So like this, if you just do a dex save, it no longer, you can't drag this anymore. So you got to make sure, especially if you're messing with something that's already existing, you want to make sure that you are doing it correctly and that it still has a hand when you're done. We're going to go with Constitution. And it now becomes another drop. See, I can drop it on somebody's. token and it will make them roll. All right, but it's not 11. It's going to be 15. And they're taking I'm gonna just boost it so 40-10 up to 40 points of damage. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it the way it is. I like it. Alright, I don't have to worry about all of this verbiage. It's not really important. It's just poison gas. And it's not a trap, it's a vent. We'll just say vent. Alright, so we're done with this. We'll lock it. See, it's still draggable to the tokens. Now we're going to do the same thing with the fire. Fire, they have 5d6 and a 15 dex save. I like that. So it's already set for 15 dex save, and it's set for 76. Again, these things are not hidden. They are not a surprise. So if they end up in one, they should get hurt. So I'm going to make it 76 plus 10, so 17 damage minimum, and it could be 52 damage. Oops. There you go. Wow. Oh, 4 1s, 2 2s, and a 6. It's crazy. Do it one more time just for fun. 32 damage. There you go. It's a little bit better. Anyway, still a lot of 1s and 2s. But a couple of 6s. Anyway. So now we have them set up and built correctly the way we want them. We open back up the barracks. We put the pin here. We want to put this in the story as well. So we'll put it here where the vents are. You just take and drag the drag record link. Drop it right there. Oops. Control Z. There we go. So now I can open this up from anywhere. I mean from here. Oof. I'm also going to add it to this page. Talks about the poison gas vents. So we'll put that here. And then we're going to put the other, so now we can close this. Actually, no, we can't. We have one more thing we need to do with it. We're going to put the other encounter here as well. Alright, so what's happening is, so we'll go ahead and add the fire traps and we'll be done with the traps. So you can drag it onto one of them. I'm just going to put the fire placement right here. Dragging the tokens doesn't do anything. You want to add the placement, because it has to be in the combat tracker. Otherwise, dragging it from the encounter itself doesn't do much. So hold down the control, make it a little bit bigger just so I can see it easy. And I'm going to put the poison in this one. Make it a little bit bigger. Boom. And just for funsies, I'm going to change this from T to a P. because it's Persian. Go here to my assets. Under library. Library assets. Once it populates, I now have tokens. I have letters. I have lots of them. So I have black, brown, futuristic, C, all sets of letters. I'm going to go with the brown since this is already brown. So we want fire. And we want Persian. There you go. All right, close it. So there's a couple things we need to do for this scenario. They're coming up these steps. Come through here into this room. This room has a bunch of critters in it. More specifically, these ones. So, you take a look at the description. We're going to move this over a little bit. We're going to zoom in a bit. Want to get rid of this panel? You just click the lock. And now we have our map. The room contains 2 bugbear murderers hiding in wait to spot them. Passive perception 15. In the recessed alcoves to the right and left of the south entrance. So, murderers. Placement 1. Placement 2. Now, if you wanted to be specific, you could turn the grid back on. So turn this on, go to grid. So what I'm doing here is I don't like, I complain all the time to some of my, not all the time, but I will complain if somebody throws a grid like this. I'll be like, man, that is so harsh. Because one, it detracts from the map itself. Especially when they do all these special effects and cool stuff, you just have this glaring grid. So to fix that, go here to tint. You can just turn it down. Under A is the how clear it is. So you can just get rid of it completely, make it very subtle. What I do is a combination of making it less opaque, but also changing the color to match something that's going on, so it doesn't detract as much from the map. So I click the color picker. We'll do a nice light tan. So now as the players zoom in, they can see the grid. And I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more. There we go. And if my players complain, I'll turn it back up. I can turn it up. It makes it really easy. Because it's fancy grounds and it's awesome. So we're going to leave this on. We'll go ahead and put them in squares so people don't go nuts. The room also contains 2 hobgoblin devastators and 2 hobgoblins in total cover in the recessed alcoves behind the raised platforms on the opposite side of the room. The devastators and hobgoblins are waiting for the sound of combat from the bugbears. So, these are Hobgoblin Devastator. Alcove up here. I think I'm going to let me take a look at these guys. I might stick them on the platforms. Have them in the corners of the platforms themselves. Let me take a look at the hobgoblins. Oh yeah, the Devastators cast spells, so I'm definitely going to put them on. Up in the corner of these platforms, and then irregular hobgoblins. I'm actually going to put them hiding here. I don't want them that far away from the group because they're coming from here. Bugbears are going to come out. Bugbears are going to get decimated very quickly. So I want them in the fight before too long. I'm changing things up. So this is our setup for this. Now there's another group in here. And the way they have it all set up is they say, on this round, these people show up. This round, these people show up. This round, these people show up. Don't need to worry about any of that because it's Fantasy Grounds. So I'm going to go ahead and set the other group here and put them all in the same combat. And that way I just have to assign the experience once. It's all set and it's all done. In here are 2 Hobgoblin captains and a Hobgoblin Warlord. So we go to our NPCs, non-player characters, and we go Hobgoblin Captain, Monster Manual Legacy. He's grabbing it from there because they've got the cool tokens. And then he said Warlord. I've got a couple different choices here. It is Master Manual Legacy. Two captains and 1 warlord. All right, so just click on this button box, change it to 2. As soon as you click away, it fixes it. All right, so I don't like my players knowing this is a Hobgoblin Captain, this is a Hobgoblin Warlord. They can see from the token, if you look at the tokens, that they look different. Oops, these don't look different. All right, so let me change these a little bit. But to me, in my opinion, that should be the only clue that they are not all the same. Besides the fact that some of them are doing different things. Go to my assets, go to my tokens. Going to Hobgoblin. Oh, I'm in letters, data. So we'll go all the way back to home. All right, we have lots of choices here. I like this a lot. It's square, but I like it. It's pretty cool. I'm actually going to stick this in for the captain. I mean, for the regular. Stop it. Minimize for the regular hobgoblins for now. Gotta unlock it. Alright, so this is read only. Close. There we go. There we go. That's not bad either. This might be the new hobgoblins in oh no, that's Fantasy Monsters. Oh, that's Fantasy Grounds made it. Nice, I like it. So we're gonna drop this in for the hobgoblin captain. There we go. And now we'll look for the wizard. This is Starfinder Hobgoblins, by the way. Just looking at the different tokens. Okay, so that shows me all the different ones available. Let's go with this guy. He's a war priest. Why not? There we go. So now we've got the different tokens. But all the players will see is a hobgoblin. They don't know that they're any different than the other ones until they actually see what they do. All right, so now we go back to the thing. We're gonna say this guy by himself, the warlord, is gonna be in this room. Or in a chair. And the two are going to be sitting there playing some sort of card game or dice game. And then what will happen is round one, when if it comes to this guy's turn, if nothing has happened to where he would hear, then I'll just pass the turn. When something happens that one of these two can hear, they will stand up and start moving and call out to him, who will then also join. So it will take them a couple rounds for them to run through here to come join the group anyway. Alright, because I changed the tokens, I want to make sure that they are actually changed, so I'm going to go ahead and take these back. And put them back up. I don't remember if it automatically updates the tokens if you don't actually update them, so there we go. So this is our setup, and now we have this linked here. We have this linked here. We're going to hit the CR refresh, so that this is worth $7 grand. The traps, if actual traps where they had to be detected and deactivated and moved around and stuff, I would give them full credit for them. They're not. They're only they're like part of the environment at this point. So we're going to go ahead and just give them 1,000 points for the two of them, well, 3. This is not even in the room. Lock it. Go here to party sheet. While we're here, check the XP. Yes, this is what they're fighting right now. Okay. Alright, so we are all set and ready to go. When you open this up, you can do it right here. Add to combat tracker. Same thing here. Add to combat tracker. You'll see them there. You could change these tokens, by the way, from P and F to the actual picture of a trap, because I have gas, things like this, the green fumes and stuff. And that's the only combat in this whole level. So what we have left now is treasure. So right here, one of the Devastators carries a scroll of Dimension Door that he may use in the case of emergency to escape to the Goblin Stairs before fleeing. He has a carved ivory symbol inlaid with silver. So it's a holy symbol. Worth 50 gold, and talks about what they do to capture them. So we go here to parcels. We will click plus, and we use the same designation as we have been. So we do, you'll see here, this is 4.01.10. A dungeon and a dragon. So now your encounter, your story entry, your parcel all say the same thing. We go here, make sure it's unlocked, drag the parcel there. We go here to campaign items. Hold control, left click to make this. You can change the size right on the fly. Atomic in the house. Atomic Hero Squad doing some really cool Mega Man this morning, because on the fly you could change the type of firing you were doing. Mega Man 11. Yeah, so it was very different. We're doing some of the challenges there. Very cool. Make sure you check him out. Appreciate you stopping by, sir. Hope your day is going well. He is also East Coast. Time for a little dubby action. This one is the energy drink. This one is the Hydro. Hydro is like Gatorade, has electrolytes and stuff that rejuvenate you. This one is like an energy drink, without all the garbage that's in energy drinks. Get that dub. Good GG. Yep. Right now I'm doing a very weird, for me, flavor of the energy drink. It's the Cali O Cream, like a Irish Cali O Cream, which is mango orange cream. Not bad. And the hydration is phenomenal, and that is grapefruit citrus. Grapefruit citrus. Good stuff. Check them out. Get a discount. once you get the discount using my name, you'll get a buy one get one. You'll never have to pay full price. Even full price, this thing is less than $1. It's like 62 cents, something like that, for this whole 20 ounce, I think, if they are. So they're definitely a lot cheaper than the $2.50, $3.50 you would be paying for Monsters. You don't get the crash, you don't get the jitters that you do with the other energy drinks. So check them out. All right, back to our building of our treasure. We need a holy symbol. It would help if you spell it right. Fantasy Grounds is picky that way. Alright, so we have holy symbols of different ones. Let's go to this one. We're going to make a copy of, let's open this up and see what it says. I like this one. So, but instead of Joaquin, we will make a copy. So you just grab this, drag it a little bit, and let go, and it makes a copy. And you'll see it's not linked to any book. Open up the copy. Unlock it. The Hobgoblin God Namag Gaia. So we'll say copy it, holy symbol of longsword crossed with a hand axe. So that's the unidentified, which is what it's going to be to start off with. If they identify it, they will realize what it is. This tells you what they do. This is carved ivory, inlaid with silver. Copy. I like having this on top instead of below all the Acme stuff. I like the specific stuff first. This disc is a carved ivory symbol inlaid with silver. Symbol is a holy icon of the Hobgoblin God Namag Gaia, featuring a longsword crossed with a hand axe. Cost 50 gold. Here we go. Uncommon. It is unlocked. We will lock it. Add it to the party. You see here the symbol says not identified. If we click it, it's identified. And the other thing they have is a scroll of dimension door. Scroll of dimension door. Alright. Making sure it's legacy. Drag it over. It's not identified. They don't know what it is yet. Can anybody in their party use this? They don't have a bard. They don't have a Tricky Germain cleric. They don't have an eldritch knight, or a sorcerer, or a warlock, a wizard. They do have an arcane trickster. There we go. So one person in the party can use it. That's good enough for me. And then we're going to go ahead and put in here I think I'm just going to give them like a bracelet. Like an armband. Let's see what kind of jewelry we have. Platinum bracelet set with a sapphire. 2,500 gold. See what this bracelet says. Matching pair of gold bracelets. There we go. Boom. And then we'll take this, we add this to the map so it can be easily found. And we're going to add it. It's already added to the parcel. I mean, the parcel is already added to the story. So that's this room. Let's go to the Hobgoblin Barracks. Bugbear Den over here just doesn't have anything. Goblin are up here. There should be a dwarf skeleton. Yep, there is. Excellent. I just don't like using the grid at all. So a lot of times I'll do a whole combat without a grid at all. They can just, because as you move the token, it will tell you how far. So for example here, see, it's telling you how far they move. Who cares if they're in a who cares if they're in a square or not, you know? If you're touching the other token, you're in melee. If you're not, then you're within range. You're ranged, and it will tell you how far you are from each token. So, anyway. But there are a couple of my players who are really insistent that they prefer the grid. Alright, let's go ahead and stop this one. See if we have any other music right now. We don't. If we go to Syrinscape itself, there are tons of music. Just go here to type. You can go to mood, or you can go to music. We want music. We have 100 pages of music. We're just going to click for a minute till I get bored. And then we'll see. Let's see. How about now? I'm on page 22. Cragmaw. Don't know what Cragmaw is. Cragmaw Scream Pad. That doesn't sound fun. Let's take a look at this one. Take a listen and see. It made one little blip on the soundboard, and so don't care about this. Creepy, absent-minded harp. Alright, so 12 doesn't have anything in it. See, now when you zoom in, you don't have the big glaring lines all over everything. It's annoying to me. Alright, the barracks. Is number 13, which is over here. There definitely should be stuff in here. So let's, it was the warlord and the 2 captains. There's all these chests. Big giant chests in here. I mean, come on. Gotta have something, right? So let's go to our tables. Treasure. I don't know that I have loot. No, I don't have loot. I do have treasure tables, so. Alright, so this is 11 to 16. Individual. Or we could do horde. So let's see just how crazy a treasure hoard is. This is just gold. Okay, I don't care about that. These are tables. There we go. This actually works out just fine. So let's see, we've got and get rid of the gold. I mean the copper. Get rid of the silver. And we're going to click them all open and see what they are. Alright, so the black mask is just a treasure object. Silk handkerchief. Bone dice. I'm actually going to have 3 pair of those. Quals for the token is tiny object, looks like a feather. Different types of feather tokens exist. Anchor, bird, fan, swan, tree, whip. Oh, it tells you it's a feather already. Okay, never mind. So the feather oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Bird. Okay. Birdie. Bird. Bird. You can use an action to toss the token 5 feet into the air. The token disappears and an enormous multicolored bird takes its place. The bird has the statistics of a rock, but it obeys your simple commands and can't attack. It can carry up to 500 pounds while flying at its maximum speed, which is 16 miles an hour, for a maximum of 144 miles per day, with a 1 hour rest for every 3 hours of flying, or 1,000 pounds at half that speed. The bird disappears after flying its maximum distance for a day, or if it drops to 0 hit points. can dismiss the bird as an action. All right, so now all right, so how often can they use this thing? All right, so basically this will allow them to fly. After flying its maximum distance for a day, or if it drops to 0 hit points. You can use an action to toss the token 5 feet into the air. (144 miles per day). Okay, so for 8 hours, it's flying for 8 hours basically. All right, once used, it will remain dormant for 72 hours. I'm going to get rid of all this. We don't have a druid, but we're going to leave that in there just because. All right, so does not require attunement. We're going to determine the amount. So it's /DIE, as in roll a die, and then space 1D 4,500 plus 500. 1D 4,500 plus 500, and that will give us a number between. So I'm just going to roll it 3 times. You can see what it looks like. See? Between 501 to 5,000. All right, so 716. This one is not worth that much. Trust me, they will love this. They will like it a lot. All right, it is not identified. It is locked. Small. I'm going to unlock it again and put feather. All right. So that's there. This is not ID'd. $25 gold, 25 gold. Cool. So we're going to take this and we're going to drop this here. Say this is all the stuff they find in all these chests and the big chest as well. I am going to change this a little bit, make it random. Let's do a percentile. Do a D20 for the platinum. There we go. Lock it. We're also going to link this in the story. Oops, no, we're not. We're going to open it and then drag record link. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to just say a chest, says it has a chest with a potion of supreme healing. It's not, it does not. It has a chest with the best loot. The chest carry little of interest. There's a locked door. It's Thieves Tools 14. Dex check 16. Has a chest. Chest has a lock. DC 13. It's going to be easier to break into the chest than it is the door itself. All right, so we have our parcel. We have our delete this token. So I was using that to check my line of sight, making sure that was good. And then it lights up the stairs. All right, I think this is just flavor. Let me double check the things. I think we are finished for today. Let me check. We definitely have enough stuff for tonight. Probably even next week as well. All right, so Chris Bergman is the one who wrote this, A Dungeon and a Dragon. These are the maps. So you can see this one that we've been messing with today is this one. So you can see a little bit better than this. Just saying. But going back up to the description of the room. Okay, good. So, this is just flavor. I don't know that I really like this. It says, throughout the trip through the caves, small rat eyes have followed your progress from the shadows. The rats finally come forth, forming a circle around you and the stairs. It's pushing you onwards, blocking you from any other path. Alright. I changed my mind. I am going to do this, but we're going to put, we're going to depict this in Fantasy Grounds. Go to Assets. Go to All. We're going to go to Rat. Space, because if we just do Rat, anything that starts with the word rat will show up. Alright. And don't like any of those. So let's see what else we've got. We'll go ahead and do rat without the space. So anything that has the word rat, R-A-T, in it will show up now. Which is why it's taking so long. So what I'm looking for is this right there. There it is. That's all I was looking for right here. Alright, I don't know why it didn't. Oh, it's underscore rat. Okay. So we're going to take our map. Give ourselves a little bit of room. Unlock it. Go here to our layers. And we're just going to add several layers of rats. We go here to paint. 2, 3. Go with 3. 4 layers of rats. Beginning rats. So this is what's going to be there when they come in. And then there's going to be second rat. I'm just double clicking slowly like I'm renaming the file. Same way you would any other. This is third. And this is last rat. Sort of like last rites, but different. All right, so now we're going here. We're going to paint. Make sure this one is highlighted. We're going to go to stamp. We're going to go to bloop. We're going to go to size 1. So he's a little guy. Because these are normal rats. These are not anything else. So we're going to take... They're going to be corralled in this direction. So we're just going to start... We'll do a dozen. So 1, 2, 3, flip. 4, 5. I'm going to shift it around. 6, 7, 8. Turn it, turn it, turn it. 9, 10. 11, 12. Second rats. We're going to make these a little bit bigger just because I don't want everything to be the same. We can tweak and change these, the color. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to change, make them a little bit more brown. There we go. Slightly different color. Yeah, we'll say okay. All right, we're going to do a dozen of these. It's 3, flip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we're going to put them back down. And 12. All right, so we've got 2 dozen of these rats now. So rats or more coming in more and more and more and more and more. This is in the second wave. Now we go to third rats. Change the color a little bit. Let's go. So this is the example rat. Just makes for a darker rat. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to start adding more and more. Shifting a little bit. I'm not going to worry about the count now because we're just going to be adding a bunch. I'm holding shift and using the mouse wheel to turn them slightly. So they're not all facing the same way as I add these rats in. I'm going to have little clusters of them this time as they start moving in together. Alright, so, and now we're going to go back to the original color. Keep adding a bunch more. Little clusters and groups of them. Changing shift, holding shift, turning it a little bit, zooming in a little bit so you guys can see what we're looking at so far. All right, and now so what it will look like is group comes in here and they have just a handful of rats. See, there's a smattering of rats here and there. Then, as they move in, there's a lot more. And then, there's a lot more. And so the last rats, click. We're going to change the size a little bit. Have a couple really big ones. Not a lot, but some. I have 6 really big ones. And then we're going to change the color. I have some of these big ones. Change the color again. Have a couple bigger, darker ones. All right, and then we'll change the size back down. And we're going to just add a bunch. Shifting a little bit as we move to change the direction. So they don't all look the same. As we just add bunches more. I think we're getting close. We're pretty good. I like where we are. Got a pretty good amount so far. Let's go back to the colors. Put back to the original one. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. It says, throughout the trip through the caves, small rat eyes zoom in a little bit. Throughout the trip through the caves, small rat eyes have been following your progress from the shadows. The rats finally come forth, forming a circle around you and the stairs as they're pushing you onwards, blocking you from any other path. So you've got a handful of rats. Then, as they start moving through, and when they get to about here, more rats will appear. As they get to about there, more rats will appear. I will then read this. As all these rats show up. There you go. Cool. So we will turn this off. Visible, visible, visible. There you go. All right. So, hey, we're done. We've got our rats ready to go. We've got everything all set up and ready for when they come through here. Let me make sure my doors are closed. Go to play mode. Okay. I'm going to turn on line of sight. Lighting as well. Actually, I'm going to leave lighting off. I don't care about lighting for this one. Open up my combat tracker, which is over here. I just want to be able to drop somebody in here, so we'll go ahead and put Cree, our sidekick. All right, doors are closed. Doors are closed. Perfect. Doors are all... These doors are closed in here as well. Perfect. Doors are closed. Doors are closed. Good, good, good. Just checking to make sure all my doors are closed like they should be. Perfect. So we are done and ready to go with this level. We have one more level left. As they go to fight the dragon itself. And that's a whole interesting way that he wrote it. Chris Bergman. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you. Shout outs again to Drake Takes, to Jim K. Bones, Atomic Hero Squad. Thank you for coming around, saying hi. Tonight, I'll be doing a little bit of the D's and the other D's this here. So if you want to see how this plays out, come back, check it out from 7 to 10 Eastern Time. You can always go to YouTube, check it out. Should be there tomorrow, if not the next day. Don't forget to try Dubby. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.